Right, 21st of February 2025. Very mild today. So we've gone from the beginning of the week where we were sort of 5 degrees down to 2 degrees at night, and we've had a double figure night, and we're now roughly 14 degrees or just under. 13.9 is saying. So the transition from quite cold to, I won't say warm because that breeze's a bit cool still, but yeah, transition from cold to mild can cause, I won't say cause problems, but highlight issues. And we're going to look at this little palm here. So that's a good time of year to be very vigilant when it comes to small palms or tender palms. Doesn't necessarily have to be a tender palm, you know. Even your Trachycarpus fortunais and your Camerops humilis can suffer through winter if they're small or freshly planted. But this palm we're looking at here is a Brahea Super Silver, and I was looking at the frond. I've already pulled this out, but so looking at it, we can see us looking. Let's have a closer look. We can see the leaflets have closed up. It's looking a bit dry and slightly discoloured. And yeah, so I tugged on this the other day and it's pulled straight out. So this is what we call spear pull. Not entirely surprised on this one. It's the first year out in the garden. It is under protection, so it's got a rain cover over it, if you like. Rest of the leaves looking pretty good still. So we did have a very small spear that had turned brown, and this is the newest opened leaf, and like I say, it's dried up. I could tell that was on its way out, so yeah, I pulled that out. Brahea palms, that's not a surprise to me because I've got a Brahea edulis over that side, which pretty much done the same thing a couple of years back when we had the cold winter, and that spear pulled and totally defoliated. And as we can see, yes, come back nicely now, so I'm expecting the same thing with this. Like I say, any palm can spear pull, no matter how hard you're supposed to be. If it's freshly planted, not established, or just very small, they can suffer from cold damage and spear pull. There's normally a combination of sort of damp in the crown and, you know, the freezing temperatures. Again, this is under cover, so it's been kept dry, but it's still a fairly small, and you know, it's not as hardy as a Trachycarpus, for instance. So not entirely surprised. I've had this palm for a couple of years. The first winter I had it was in an unheated greenhouse. That was no problem. But yeah, being out in the open, we've got some rot, so that's not the end of the world. Like I say, with Braheas, I've had it with the edulis and with the Armata, and to be fair, they always come back pretty strong. If one palm that spear pulls that I'm not worried too much about is going to be a Brahea, because they do tend to do a good job at regenerating. So we've got some hydrogen peroxide, and I've done this earlier in the week. I think it might have been Tuesday, so we're now Friday, so I'm going to do another dose. This is just off Amazon. I think it was about £6 or £7. It's 3% strength, so I'm using that neat straight out of the the bottle. This is a litre bottle I bought about 3 years ago, so it lasts forever for the sake of, like I say, a few quid. It's worth getting one in, because if you do get spear pull, this is gonna definitely help to kill any bacteria, any rot, and you know, give your palm the best chance to come back. I mean, sometimes you can do nothing, they'll come back, but sometimes that rot bacteria will spread and it could kill your palm, so why not give it the best chance by killing any of that nasty stuff in there straight away. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just doing this one-handed, so I'm just going to pour a little bit in the lid, probably a bit much there. I'm going to tip a little bit back. Right, so I've got about half a lid full there, and I'm going to get right in. So when I done this first time a few days back, that fizzed and bubbled up. That's what you want to see, because when it bubbles and fizzes, that means it's killing and eating away any dead and any fungus in there. So I'm gonna just gently tip that in. So at the moment, it's staying clear. So when I done this first time, that fizzed up and bubbled and turned into a foam straight away. Now I can definitely see some bubbling going on in there. So I wouldn't suggest you do this if you're going to get cold temperatures, if you're going to get sort of below 3 or 4 degrees at night. I wouldn't do this, especially if your palm is out in the open. If it's likely to get rain in it, I wouldn't do it either. But this is undercover, so it's totally dry. So this will probably be the last time I do this, because I can see there's very little fizzing action going on. There's a little bit. So that's just gonna eat away any last remaining rot or bacteria in there, any fungus. That's going to clean it all up, kill it. Yeah, see, it's fizzing up nicely now. That should be enough. So a couple of doses over a couple of days, and I'll be happy to leave it at that. So again, extra vigilance, especially on those smaller palms. If you see anything that doesn't look too happy like this, I mean, 9 times out of 10 you'll probably just see the new spear dry up and possibly go brown. It may not pull out straight away. Give it a decent tug. Obviously you don't want to be pulling the plant out the ground. Give it a little firm tug, and if it comes out, that's when you want to use your hydrogen peroxide. Like I say, I do find with Brahayas, they do tend to release the spear quite early on. They do quite susceptible to the spear pull, so they do tend to spear pull before any other palm will. So I'm hoping this is the first and last palm to do this, because in general we've had an average winter. It's not been overly cold, but again, just freshly planted last year. I was kind of expecting it. Yeah, so that's a little bit of fizzing there, but nothing major. So that'll conclude the treatment for that one. So in general, I'd do your first initial dose again on a dry, or you can cover your palm just so it doesn't get rain in it, and also on a a night that's going to be above freezing. You don't want any chance of frost, any chances of any liquid in there freezing. But yeah, I'll do that maybe when you first initially pull the spear out, and then you could do that again 3 or 4 days after, and hopefully that should be enough. If it fizzes a lot second time, and this is second time for me, there's very little fizzing going on, but repeat until it stops fizzing basically. So each time, say 2, maybe 3 treatments should be enough over a couple of weeks, and that should be enough to kill any bacteria. But again, just repeat until there's no fizzing whatsoever. So yeah, nice white frothy bubbles there. Yeah, I think that's enough for that one. So again, going from very cold to milder temperatures, that's when palms in particular will start showing the damage. So keep an eye out for them dry fronds or any brown spear tips, and a gentle tug maybe once a week. And yeah, just keep an eye on them. Sooner, if you do get damage and that spear pulls out, yeah, pull it out, get your hydrogen peroxide in there straight away, and then repeat until there's no fizzing, and hopefully that should give your palm best chance to recover. So obviously we'll give it a month or so until temperatures warm up properly, and by which time we should see some new growth, fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this is not going to be an issue for me. That should come back, like I say, with the Brahea martyrs and the Brahea edgeless, they've always come back after spear pulls and come back quite strong. So another factor is the summer we have after. If you've got a damaged palm and it takes winter damage, a lot of the time, if you have a good summer, that can totally rebound and grow stronger than ever. But if you have a poor summer, that can just never really get back into growth and slowly decline. But at least by doing the hydrogen peroxide treatment, you're giving yourself the best chance. Right, so I mean, again, vigilance. I've been going around and looking at a lot of my palms, and that is the only one I've really seen any problems with. And we've got a very small Chequicus Kindler Hill here, and at the moment that's looking fine. Very slight brown on the spear, but that's not dried out, so I'm confident that's not going to be an issue. Livingstone chinensis is looking really good. That's took no damage whatsoever over winter. Yeah, it's a second winter out. One palm I haven't really been mentioning, which was freshly planted last year, so it's the first winter it's in the ground, and that is the Rhaphis excelsior lady palm. So this zip has been open all winter. Well, just the side of it's been open just to allow air exchange and airflow. So we have got some spotting on some of the older leaves, and there are some brown tips, which was mainly from sunburnt last year as I brought it out too early. But looking in here, the newer frond, there's very, I'm not going to say it's no damage, but there's very little damage. It's looking quite good, so I'm hoping come spring and summer that'll grow a bit and look a bit better and grow out some of these old leaves. But yes, pretty confident that's going to be fine. So yeah, keep an eye out. I've got, this is a small Trachycarpus that I been in the ground for a couple of years, and this actually spear pulled not last year, the year before. So again, it's not just the tender palms that can spear pull. Your standard hard as nails Trachycarpus can spear pull when they're small and freshly planted. Just keep an eye out. Like I say, for the price of 6 or 7 quid, you'll save yourself a fortune in plants if you know, you kick yourself if you didn't try to save them if you have an issue with them. Right, so what I will do is, again, do a video maybe 6-8 weeks time on this Brahea Super Silver, and we'll see if it's recovered. My bet is that'll recover fine, no issues, but you never really know. So stay tuned for that one. Let me know if you've got any palm issues over winter. And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.